welcome to the stream. This is Jack Everett. Be doing more Flight Simulator, but make sure I can hear myself. Alright, so I think we're good. Okay. So I'm going to do Logan, Utah today, just because that's where I went to college. I mean, this is a game where literally all you're going to do is fly over the neighborhoods you know, and then call it good. And then if you feel up to it, you might fly over areas of interest or whatever, just like, the Eiffel Tower or something. I don't even know if I care that much myself, to be honest. I don't even know if I care that much myself about sights to see or whatever. I flew over San Francisco the other day, but I used to live there, so that was somewhat more interesting or more relevant to me, I guess. Of course, the game is just loading up now. It is, of course, a game with long load times. Very boring game, though. I definitely rated it as very boring. Very awesome, but very boring. Very, very awesome, but very tedious. Very uneventful. One might even say, can you imagine doing like a realistic flight? Like, let's say from DFW to Salt Lake. You would just be so flippin' bored for most of the flight. It's like a 2-hour flight, 2-hour airtime, 3-hour with ground taxiing and stuff. But it's just like flying in a straight line for hours. Maybe I'll do it someday, but yeah, the game gets old fast. That's the fundamental problem. You think about how comprehensive this game is, how much of the world it covers. And at the end of it, it gets old fast. Like, I've played, I don't know, maybe 10 hours so far. Do I feel like I got my 60 bucks worth? Yes, just because of the awesomeness of it, I feel like I got my 60 bucks worth. But that said, it's already old. Like, I'm like, what else is there for me to see? Now, there are other places I want to see, but I can't imagine there being many. Because I'm doing Logan today, my college town. But after that, I don't know what to experience, Because it's like, even when you go over your old neighborhoods and stuff, it's like my childhood neighborhood I totally remembered. But college is like, I don't remember that much. I really honestly don't. Okay, so let's find, what we're going to probably want to do is just start with Salt Lake, start where Salt Lake is, and then Logan will have an airport. Well, that's too far north. Preston. I feel like Preston's about right. Logan Cache, yeah. So we'll just set this as the departure, set it as the arrival. What is zoom to details? Okay, weird. And then we can pick our runways, but it doesn't matter. We're just sort of going to be flying around. All right, and then for flight conditions, I want live traffic. That's fine. For the plane, let's do upgrade from 152 to 172. I think we'll do that. And then that should be good. Okay. My aux rig. Oh, PC. It is, I have a GTX 1080. And then the processor's an i7 6700K. It's pretty old. I mean, relatively speaking, it's like 3 or 4 years old. So I'm not playing this game at 4K. I'm playing it at uh, 2K. Even then, the frame rate drops a little bit in this game. All right, and then of course we gotta sit through this loading screen. I don't remember where the airport is in relation to the city. I know it's where my friend Tom learned how to fly. He's an airliner pilot now. Wow, it's hazy weather apparently. Okay, hopefully the AI wasn't left on. The AI is probably still on. Yeah, I knew it. It's just, I don't like this. Like, it remembers your AI setting, and it's like, I don't want the AI on at the beginning of the flight. I want to do it. But we do need to change the camera view. Um, it's just much better with an external camera. Okay. I don't know why it wants us to adjust the altimeter. Alright, I'm trying to see already if I can recognize anything. But it's a cloudy day. Okay, so the airport's a little bit northwest of the town. I guess I should just stay at a low altitude just because I want to be able to see stuff anyway, so. But let's see. In theory, where I used to work should be right around here. The UPS in Logan. But it could be further south. Because I want to say right here is where the Kmart used to be, but I don't think that that is Kmart anymore. But no, this could be where the Kmart is. Kmart and Walmart could be right here because it's two big buildings right next to each other. So I think I'm right over top of the Walmart and going over top of the Kmart. Because this is probably Main Street that I'm over top of. Main Street being this one and State Street being the one right next to it. So let's go over to the university and I might be able to get my bearings a little better. And I think the best way to find the university is like it's like way uphill. So I think it's just up this hill right here. But even then, I don't know if I'm going to be able to remember where I live. It's like you'll see there's like a big hill right here. So I think this is the university that we're going over. I'll have to look around to be sure. Because, like, that could be the quad, but it doesn't look quite right. Doesn't really look quite right. But it could be, because, like, that might be the student housing right there. And then that could be the basketball stadium. But I never actually went to any sports in college. I never saw any sporting events, so I don't really know. But I think we're over the university right now. I just don't remember there being so many trees on the quad, but maybe I don't remember right. Well, if I fly really close, yeah, this has to be the university because it says Aggies in the end zone. So this is definitely the university, and that's just the quad. And they just picked some really odd buildings. Because, like, the main building, like the original building, would be the one that the wing is over right now. And, like, it's like fancy and old looking type building, basically. And, like, this weird V shaped building there, I think that's the math building where I got my degree at, where I took the math classes at to get my major. And one of these is like the business building. Okay, so my apartment would just be, it was really, really close. I think that I'm going to pause the game. Uh, Pause. Okay, so that is a church building right beneath me. But I feel like my apartment was right around here. It might be like the one underneath a tell. No, it might be this. Actually, you know what? It's this one right here. Right. Well, where the tail is my apartment. Where the propeller is my apartment. And then now let me unpause. Okay, so I'm gonna fly up the canyon where I went rock climbing because there's not much more interesting out here. Well, let me try to find my work again. See if it looks familiar. So it would just be right over here in North Logan. And I think that it's just old satellite imagery, so it doesn't have it yet. But I believe it was right here, built in one of these fields out there. But I could have it wrong. I'm going to fly north a little bit further just in case it's the next one up. Because it could be this empty field, like right where the propeller is right now, where I used to work. Alright, so I think that pretty much sums that up. So I'm going to kind of head up the canyons that I know and see if I can find anything that I'm familiar with. Because it looks like there's two canyons. There's one that I got center screen now, and then another one center screen right there. But I believe this is the canyon, the one I'm flying towards, where all the rock climbing stuff was. I'm not sure what this one is, but I could have them backwards. So I'll just head to this one for now and see if it all looks familiar. I have no idea what this warning about a heading indicator is. It's the weirdest thing. But yeah, there's the student housing. I never lived there, I just knew where it was. Yeah, like the buildings that it put in the university are just totally uninteresting compared to the actual university. Okay, so I'm gonna go up this canyon, see if it looks familiar. See what I can see up there. Oh, you know what? My flaps are still up. Okay. I know that there are various dams up the river, so they would call it like first dam, second dam. Looks like there's a lot of hiking trails up there too. Oh, there's like a pretty popular hiking trail up here. And like me and my friend went there one time, and it was like it's just like a basic trail, you know, you just sort of walk up it and there's like a waterfall or something at the end of it. And like there was this part where it was like kind of wet and these people were like helping each other cross it, and we're like, it's not even dangerous, you just walk across it. Well, anyway, coming to find out, like someone did end up getting like they fell off the waterfall. I shouldn't laugh. They fell off the waterfall and like one of them died, drowned. It's, but it wasn't that waterfall. It was just around here. So anyway, but you can see like the trails and stuff. You know, it doesn't look like there's any right here. And I don't think they're gonna like you can. There's all sorts of rock climbing out here too that you can do. You can't really see the rock climbers or anything here, and it looks a little too hilly, but like there's a lot of good rock climbing spots. See, there's some hiking trails that you can see. But we're already pretty far out compared to the rest of the town. I don't know if I've driven all the way through this. I think I have. Yeah, I drove through this one time. Actually, it's kind of a funny story, but um, we had bonfires and stuff out here. So you can see all sorts of hiking trails on this mountain. All sorts. I've definitely been on a lot of them. Oh, look, a rainbow. I wonder if that rainbow is really right there right now. Probably not. I mean, the game probably just makes up rainbows when it's overcast or whatever. Okay. There's like camping out here too, which is pretty cool. But yeah, I've been rock climbing out here, been hiking out here, had a bonfire out here. A lot of hiking out here. My friend went skiing out here in the wintertime. Like cross country skiing, you don't really do, like there's no slopes here, you just do cross country skiing. But yeah, this is probably partly where some of the fun's at, flying through canyons. Definitely more interesting than just flying straight overhead of stuff. I mean, this might take us all the way to Bear Lake, I think it is. One thing about this game is the altitude indicator. It just shows you your altitude. It doesn't show you how far above the ground you are. And so, like, when you're flying in Utah where it's 5,000 feet, it doesn't mean anything. But, I mean, it's pretty cool to fly through this canyon. I've ridden my motorcycle through, well, I say I've ridden my motorcycle. The motorcycle I used to have, I've ridden through this canyon. Yeah, I want to see if I can find Tony Grove. Tony Grove is a place here. I wonder if this is like a hike and trail parking lot. I'm just going to go up this real quick. It's like there's some dirt road here, so there might be some hiking trails or something. Looks like we're flying into the wind. Yeah, this is all just hiking trails. I've probably hiked up this trail in real life. Alright, I'm gonna go back to the freeway. Unless I crash into this mountain. That's what you don't want to do in real life. Smack into some trees. Okay. Alright. Yeah, I guess I'll just fly all the way through this canyon. May as well. It looks like, I mean, it's getting much flatter. I like have so much of the screen blocked up with this stupid comms thing. Yeah, I don't think I need that comms up. The VFR map, I don't mind. Yeah, here's Logan. Well, I mean, we're way outside of Logan now. There's some more hiking trails. Look how curvy it is. This road. Yeah, I like how they just have traffic and stuff. It's really cool. Yeah, we're getting to the other side. And I think we should be getting to Bear Lake. I forget if it's a Bear Lake or Lake Powell. I think it's Bear Lake. I went jet skiing there once. It was like the stupidest day of my life, too, when I went jet skiing there. Like, I had this roommate, and he had this friend named Bern. And Bern was like really rich, like super rich. Like she herself wasn't rich, but her dad was like a lawyer for the Teamsters or something like that. So like he just had a lot of money. So like he bought all his kids' houses as soon as they turned like 20. He'd just buy them a house. And then he would just give them like thousands of dollars. So anyway, he had given her like $5,000 or $6,000 for one of these holiday weekends. You know, just like a Memorial Day weekend or something. Or maybe it was Labor Day. But whatever it was, he gave her $5,000 to spend for the weekend. So she's like, I'm gonna get jet skis for us. And so like it was supposed to be Preston and me and Bern and then this other friend of theirs, whose name I don't remember. But anyway, it was two girls that I just really didn't like. I didn't like Bern. I didn't like her friend. And I didn't even really like my roommate Preston either. Well, I mean Preston's okay, but like I wasn't like good friends with him, but I didn't like his friends. But it ended up being just me and Bern and this other girl. And Preston wouldn't go. And I was pissed off. And Bern like wanted to date Preston. You know, I'm typical college type drama or whatever. And Preston wouldn't go. And so like I go with these two girls and we're driving out to Bear Lake along this very freeway that I'm flying over right now. And who do we bump into on the way other than Preston just out for a run along this freeway? And I am just so angry at Preston for not going with us because he was running towards the freaking lake anyway. Obviously, he wasn't going to run this far, like all the way to Bear Lake. Look, the water is over flooding the freeway. Okay. He obviously wasn't going to run this far out, but like he could have just done his morning run and then gone with us to get the jet skis. Now, I didn't mind getting the jet skis. But so anyway, we got the jet skis, and the other girl just took a jet ski and went off on her own. So I'm stuck on this jet ski with me and Burn. And then we wipe out. And so Burn's stuck in the water, and she can't climb back onto the jet ski. And I am like, you are no fun to be on a jet ski with. You are very boring to be on a jet ski with. So naturally, I just went off by myself. Okay, I didn't just abandon her in the water. I was like, I'll take you back to shore or whatever. Dragged her back to shore, mind you. So I think the river will go to Bear Lake, but I'm going to keep following the freeway. Although I debate if I should follow the river. Follow the river or follow the freeway? That is the great debate. Both will get me to where I want to go. Well, anyway, so I drag Burn back to shore, and then we go out again, and then she falls off again and can't get back on. She's like, you're fine to go out on your own, so you can just have fun or whatever. So I did. I just went out on the jet ski for forever. And, like, to be honest, like, there's only so much fun you can have on a jet ski. That's my thoughts about a jet ski. It's like you go out, you cruise a little bit, you're done. That's it. Like, unless you're water skiing or something, you go out, you cruise a little bit, and you're done. And so I'm like, I don't know how long I need to stay on this jet ski, so I'm just going to keep staying on the jet ski. And I didn't put any sunblock on, so like the next day, eventually I go back, turn in the jet ski or whatever, and we go home. Well, I didn't put any sunblock on, so my shoulders got so sunburnt. Like, incredibly sunburnt. I thought I was going to have cancer because, like, you know, they were flaky and they were just itchy. Like, they were itchy like crazy. And I heard itchiness was like a sign of cancer. And so I was like all super worried that I got cancer from this stupid... I'm going to follow this freeway because I have a feeling it goes towards Bear Lake. So I was all worried I got cancer from this stupid jet ski excursion. But, you know, eventually it went away. So if I did get cancer, it died off. But, yeah, that was the stupid jet ski excursion on Bear Lake. But I went out here for it. Visibility is almost zero. I'm just going to fly over to that river so I can keep following the river. This is cool, though. I like this weather. It's a very interesting weather. Because I can adjust the trim a little bit. Never heard of trim till I played this game, but now I know what a trim is, and it makes sense to me, too. That trim exists, I guess. One problem I've had is like the planes have a limited altitude, and when you're flying it in the mountains, like the altitude might not be as high as the mountains, and then you can't fly over them. Like technically, this plane should be able to fly to like 15,000 feet or something, or 12,000 feet. But like even now, like I'm not gaining much altitude. I'm not gaining much altitude at all, so I'm like, am I even gonna make it over this hill? This mountain? I don't think I'm gonna even make it over this mountain. I'm gonna land among the trees. Okay, I think I made it over. So I should be able to get back to, because like I'm still climbing, but I'm not climbing at all. Like, look, I'm climbing like 300 feet per second or something. Now I'm not climbing at all. And like I'm like maxing the throttle back. But we're in pretty good shape because I'm almost back to the river, so the altitude should be like significantly lower there. Oh, I guess part of it's the weather too. Okay, so we're back to the river. So now we don't need to depend on climbing so much. But visibility is absolute zero now. This is where you have to use your instrumentation to navigate. You completely have to use your instrumentation to navigate when it's like this. I wonder if pilots sometimes smack into the side of mountains. If this is realistic flight simulator, even slightly, this is why pilots smack into mountains. So there's definitely a road out here. I believe Bear Lake is on the Utah-Idaho border, so flying north does feel correct to me. Like half of Bear Lake is in Idaho and half of it's in Utah. So I'm pretty sure we're still going the right way. Especially considering that there's a freeway there. But yeah, let's drop some altitude just so that I gotta stay on this road. I think when it says 500, it means I'm 500 feet above the ground. So like the altitude right here is like 8,000 feet. So the whole thing's pretty high up. I don't know if the game knows that that's a road, because look, there's no cars on it. Or maybe it's just like, it's a road in the middle of nowhere. There wouldn't be that many cars on it. But I have a feeling that this river, it's not going anywhere. It's not going to the lake, so I don't think this is the right way after all. At least there's no lake on the map at any rate. Maybe I should just keep going north. But the lake just sort of dries off, and I can't see anything anyway. I'll follow this road for now, because, like, I don't know what else to do besides follow the road. It's the only landmark there is, per se. And even then, like, certainly not seeing much out here. This is called the crappy part of the flight simulator, where you can't even see all the pretty stuff in the world because it's just overcast. It's just raining. Let me just go to cockpit view real quick. I mean, look at cockpit view. Like you'll just crash into something. You honestly would. In real life, if you were flying like this, you would just die. You would just crash. I need to get out of cockpit view or I will crash. Like, could not see anything. Yeah, maybe I should become a pilot. Quit my job, become a pilot. This game is a sign of my new calling in life. I wonder what it takes to become a pilot. I think I'm flying into the wind because this plane is honestly, it's not going anywhere. It's virtually going nowhere. Alright, I feel like I should just keep going north. Go north, but start veering west. I'm 24 miles out. Like, I'm only 24 miles out. Truly isn't that much when you think about it. 24 nautical miles, and nautical miles are technically like 1.1 mile. I learned all of this when I started playing this game. I didn't know about nautical miles before I started playing this game. I learned about it now. Am I gonna hit a mountain? I'm like scared. I mean, just because of the pure lack of visibility, this just isn't that interesting. So I'm just going to go see if anything looks familiar on the way back. Technically, the plane should be going a lot faster this direction anyway. I cannot see anything. In real life, you would be dead. Like, look at this. You'd be dead. Dead. Well, obviously not dead yet, but I mean, my speed's dropping, so I can't see where the ground is at all. They say trust your instruments, but I don't have any instruments. You know? I don't have any instruments to tell me where the ground is. It's weird how the visibility went to complete zero. Because, like, I could see stuff at the start of this flight, but now I can't see anything. I wonder if I'm like... See, I want to lower my altitude, but I'm afraid of hitting something. Okay, lowering the altitude is going to make things more interesting. So, I am going to keep my altitude kind of low and then just pull up if I see myself flying straight into a mountain. I mean, the GPS kind of shows um, the altitude or the size of these mountains, so I should be all right. I mean, you can see hiking trails and stuff in there. So yeah, that makes things much more interesting. Yeah, I might try to figure out how to get to Bear Lake on another flight. But I want to get back to the city. So if I stay at just above the ground, I can at least see it. Look at all these hiking trails. That could even be a dirt road. It's probably a hiking trail though. I mean, all of this world geometry just generated from satellite imagery. It's amazing. Really is absolutely amazing. I mean, it's not like, it doesn't feel like wizardry to me. What do you think that building is? Now we're above a road. Like, it's not like wizardry to me. I don't look at this game and I'm like, it's amazing they could even do this. I mean, like, there's so much technology that went into this that has been developed over time. It's not really that amazing, but it's really cool. It's not like, well, in some ways it's revolutionary, but it's not like so revolutionary that you're like, oh, I can't believe it even exists type thing. Because it's like the culmination of a lot of things. It really is. It's like a lot of things led to the existence of this game. Like if this game came out in its state and there wasn't such a thing as Google Maps, it would be mind-boggling. But Google Maps exists and Bing Maps or whatever, and so like it makes sense that a game would leverage that information. It does. I think you can technically just land anywhere in this game. It doesn't make the game doesn't just like crash the airplane. Yeah, I don't get this nav thing. Like, why does it say go north? What is the purple bar on my compass? I don't get it. There's a lot in this game that doesn't really get explained, and the tutorial missions are very, very limited. Very limited in what you're allowed to do in the tutorial missions. I need to adjust my trim a little bit. I need to adjust my trim a lot. I think the wind is like just blowing it up. I need to adjust my aircraft's attitude, as they call it. Is this just a dirt road? Dirt road. Maybe it's paved, but it looks brown, so I think it's just a dirt road. Here's a paved road. Follow it. Yeah, but it feels really cool looking over everything. It does. Follow this main road. This is probably Main Street. This probably goes all the way to Salt Lake City. So let's keep following it. Nope, that's not Main Street. Okay. I presume this is the town north of Logan. I don't know what town's up there. And when I say North Logan, I don't mean North Logan. I mean some town that's north of it. Because, like, North Logan and Logan, it's not like there's any spacing between the two cities. They're right next to each other. Look, there's clear skies up there. Not back there, though. Oh, I like how it has, like, a little pilot and co-pilot in the plane. What are they wearing? Oh, just like jackets. That's probably like Walmart headquarters. Well, like a Walmart warehouse or something. Alright, I think this one's probably Main Street, the one that goes all the way to Salt Lake. I don't think that's really supposed to be water there. The game just accidentally put water there. Well, not accidentally, but the algorithm wasn't quite right for detecting what was right there. Yeah, this should take us into Logan. Yeah, you generally want to fly pretty low so you can actually see stuff. And this should be getting us into Logan proper. Well, North Logan. Do another flyby the university. Try to really get my bearings and see if I can't figure out where my apartment was. Yeah, I heard there's animals in the game too, actually. I forgot about that. So there should be deer running through the city. No, I don't actually think it'll put deer running through a city, but in real life there were deers running through the city and stuff. So let's see, that one over there. Yeah, one time when I was at university, the neighbors called the cops on me because they thought I robbed them. It's a funny story. So one day this lady was like, "We got robbed." And I was like, "Weird." But apparently I had some weird expression on my face because I was thinking, "Why are you telling me about this? I don't care if you got robbed. I didn't get robbed." And then like an hour later, a cop shows up and asks me if I robbed my neighbors, and I'm like, "No, get out of here, cop." And like the cop was like, "Are you sure you didn't rob your neighbors?" And I'm like, "Of course I didn't rob my neighbors. Get out of here." He's like, "She seems to think you robbed her." And I'm like, "Well, she's a nutcase, dude." And she was a nutcase. She called the cops on me thinking I robbed her. Just because I had a funny look on my face when she told me about her getting robbed. Yeah, she was definitely nutty, loopy, or whatever. You know. Pretty weird. Pretty weird experience. And like the cop thought I looked suspicious too, because like when a cop catches you by surprise and comes knocking on your door accusing you of robbing your neighbors, of course you behave oddly. You know, someone behaving oddly in front of the cops doesn't mean anything, because everyone behaves oddly in front of cops because it's awkward to talk to cops when they think you did something you didn't do. You know, behaving oddly in front of a cop is not a sign of guilt. It is just a sign of the cops being weird. You know, it's being awkward to interact with cops. That's all that's a sign of. I think that's a space lab right there. They're all proud of themselves. Some space lab at some crappy university. It's like no one cares. No one cares about the space lab at Utah State University. I interviewed there once. They didn't want to give me a job because I was too cocky. They don't like cocky people. Did I miss the university? Rich people probably live up there. Alright. Guess I'll land and do a new flight from Logan to Salt Lake, just so I can follow the old roads that I used to follow. Oh, there's the university. You fly over it on the way back. Oh, I think I got where the university was kind of wrong. I thought that big field over there was the quad. This is the quad. Okay. Yeah, so here is the university. So this will look way more familiar. Oh, you know what? I think I've been being dumb. Okay, I forgot there's a mouse cursor. Okay, so here's the university. Here's like the quad. Here's like the main university building. This one right here, or maybe this one right here was the math building where I did most of my coursework for my degree in mathematics. And then I forget what the other buildings are, but I think this is the business building. I think this one's the student center or whatever would be what it's called. And then this is like student housing. Because like the university is pretty much just these buildings here. And I mean, I don't remember it that well. Like it's been a long time since I've been to university. So that should give me better bearings of where my apartment was. Because like I'm pretty sure that this is the street I walked up to get there. And then I was on 4th Street. So I want to say this one is my apartment building. But it could be this one. Or I mean this one. It's hard to say for sure. And then I'm going to unpause a little bit to try to... Yeah, but there's the quad. Okay. So now I have my bearings correct. So let me see if I can't figure out where I lived. I want to say that it is this. And like, cause like the parking lot, no, cause like that doesn't look quite right. This might have been our apartment, cause like there's parking along back of it, but I'm not sure. Really not sure. Not 100% sure. Like it could be this one. Let me fly just a little bit this direction. Alright, this is a better spot for me to... I think it might have been this one. I remember there was a laundromat right next to... It's not easy to control this with the mouse. where we lived, because I was like the second building from the side. So like it could have been like this one here, and then this was the laundromat. But I don't know. I just don't remember what street it was. Like it could have been this one. It could have been this. No, there's a parking lot there. This could have been the laundromat, and this was our apartment. But then it could be these ones. And then it could have been one more street over. I think right here, this is Kroger. No idea what that is. Yeah, I just don't remember exactly where I lived. I actually, you know what? It was probably this one right here. And then this was the laundromat. And then I didn't do my laundry there because just up the street, like, why does this stupid thing keep coming up? The laundry at this building was much cheaper, so, or like here was much cheaper. So I would just do it there. It's like way cheaper laundry, actually. Okay, but that should give me more of a bearing on where work was. Work would be over this way. And then let me pause here and see what I can find. So I don't know which one's Main Street and which one's State Street. Why does this incorrect heading indicator keep showing up? This is so irritating. Like I know what the most recent satellite view. Okay, it was north of the Kmart and, whoops, wrong button. North of the Kmart and Walmart. Okay, so I'm like 90% sure that this is the Kmart and Walmart. I mean, I don't think it's Kmart anymore, but it's where Kmart and Walmart was. And so my work, it's gotta be here. It's gotta be up here or here. You know, it might be this one. Let me try to just fly in kind of close to that. I mean, I just don't remember. Because that parking lot looks too big for my work. I mean, I want to say it's even this. And it just got generated really, really weird on the map. Let me pause right here. But it also might be like further out, and I just don't remember right. Because that does not look quite right. Might just be it's a little bit further north. They do like it to be near the airport, though, so that they could load the next day air packages onto it. So it could be right here. But I don't think it was that close to the airport. I do think it was back there, and I'm just not recognizing it. Alright. Well, oh, the approach is over there, so let's go over to the approach. Losing major airspeed. Okay. I'm gonna land this and do a new flight plan. Can probably turn on the flaps now. Turn down the power to like, you want it at the bottom of the green. I want to turn off this red bars though. Like, I don't care about these red bars. Need to turn down that engine a little bit more. Alright, the engine should be about where it should be. Even though it says too fast, I think it's fine. So we're doing the downwind leg. Or something, I forget what it's called, to be honest. Yeah, and the game has serious problems with saying what the objectives are, because like it just always says complete initial climb to 500 feet AGL. No idea what the heck that's even talking about. No idea what this incorrect heading indicator thing is. There's so much in the game that I have no idea what it's even talking about. See, I figure you don't really want to start reducing the speed a lot till right now. In the training mission, like you're supposed to be idling right now, but like I have found that idling with the flaps up, the plane is not going to hit the um, runway at all. It'll like land on the grass in front of the runway. And like that's just annoying. So technically, in my opinion, it's easier to land from the cockpit view because you can actually see where your nose is pointed. You can't really see where your nose is pointed when you're in third person mode. But third person mode looks cooler in general. All right, I feel like I should see. I'm gonna hit the ground before I hit the runway, even though it's not fully idle. Okay, now I'll just fully idle. Just let it keep the nose up a little bit. Just let the plane come down. See, we bounced it, which isn't particularly good, but it's okay. Okay, so now I don't need to stop anymore. And like, I don't know what to do. Like, just exit the runway. You know, I feel like I should just exit the runway. But here, this is the worst part of the game in my opinion, because I have no clue what to do to end this simulation. It's just the worst part. Alright, because like, I don't know what my destination is. You know? Where's the destination? I mean, I just presume it's this way. Taxi aircraft towards destination. What destination? Is it talking about? Well, there's an air traffic control tower over there, so. Well, the wind's blowing towards us, so taxiing is not even easy. But I don't want to have so much lift on the plane that it takes off. Alright, I think it's going fine. Technically, I'm moving too fast, but, well, I don't know if I'm moving too fast. 17 knots, I think. Oh, yeah, so I am going too fast. You're only supposed to be going 15. Alright, I'll reduce the engine power. reduce the throttle. That's what it's called, not engine power. I mean, I presume I'm just supposed to go out to the parking lot and then look for a guy with his thing. Like, there's serious problems with this game when it comes to landing and taxiing. Like, they need to cut that feature. They need to make an optional feature at the end of the flight. It's like it's a joke. Like, it starts you on the runway ready to go. You don't have to taxi out to the runway. Maybe I'm just setting it up wrong. But I do feel like the game punishes you if you don't park. And so I don't like that about the game. I don't like it at all. Wow, the skies are getting a lot brighter. Well, in that direction they are. So I am gonna follow the taxi here. Here. Because I think this is the parking lot. And I'll just look for a guy with his arms up. But they need to work this out. I can't be the only person that's having problems with parking the plane. Like, there's just no way. Because even here, it's like, I don't know where to go. I feel like I should just go into AI mode right now. Like, why does it say request takeoff clearance from ATC Tower? I don't get that. I mean, should I open up my radio? Because, like, I don't know. Like, it's not really like. There's nothing to say, hey, I want to park my plane and end the simulator. It's just a joke. It actually makes me. It's actually kind of anger inducing that the end of the flight is so stupid in this game. Like, I honestly can't even do anything. Like, I can't say I want to park. I set this as my. Maybe the game is buggy when you set your destination airport as the same as your takeoff airport. I don't know. Okay, here's where you just freaking go into AI mode. See what the AI does. Yeah, I mean, the AI is just going to drive into a building. I already know what's going to happen. Like, of course the AI is going to do that. Okay, it's just a joke. It makes me angry. It makes me really, really angry. Because, like, I feel like that didn't count as a flight for me. Because I didn't land properly. What a joke. Alright. I mean, like, I just can't be the only person having this problem. Because, like, this is a joke. This is the stupidest joke I've ever seen in my life. Alright, we'll need a jet, though. For this. Like, I hate the landing in this game. I hate it! It's just anger-inducing. It's anger-inducing how bad the landing is. And not the landing, mind you. Not the landing. The crappy taxiing crap. You know what, I should look through the options and see if there's an option to turn off that taxiing crap. There's too many flipping options in the game. But yeah, this game has some anger-inducing issues. It really does. It's such a pain in the butt. Land is such a pain in the butt in this game. But yeah, there's a few things I want to do. I want to turn off those stupid landing things. Okay. Navigation aids. Route and waypoint, yes, I want that. Taxi ribbon. Yes, I do. Path is what I want turned off. Okay. Yeah, that's the one I want turned off because that is just irritating. I kind of had to start with full assist, and I'm turning off options as I'm like, yeah, I can do this on my own. Okay. I feel like I should just... Objectives, that's completely broken anyway. Okay. ATC UI panel open at start. Probably yes. Show message log in ATC menu. What? I don't know. Okay, ATC voices is cool. Checklist UI panel open at start. I don't even know if you want this. Like, view map UI panel at start. Navlog UI panel. I don't know. That's fine. I need something about landing. Failure and damage. Crash damage. Okay. Probably do want that one. Stress damage, it's hard to say, because, like, I keep screwing that up, but I do want to... I want to be able to play with those, but I'll deal with those later. Okay, aircraft systems. Auto mixture, yeah, for sure. Unlimited fuel. Let's turn it off for now. I think that's something that I can adjust. Yeah, aircraft flights automatic, that's good. Okay, I don't know what that means. Delegate ATC to AI. Yes, you do want that. It's just annoying to have to press the buttons. Assisted takeoff is off. Assisted landing's off. Assisted checklist is on. Assisted yoke off. Off. Okay, all that's good. I'm happy with the assistance options. So let's go to the general options and see if I can turn off the stupid landing. MISC. Flight model. Global preset. Realistic. General's crash realism. I don't know what that means. Online functionality on. Bing data world graphics on. Photo. Okay, all that stuff's fine. Current data consumption. Why does it limit there? Why does it say limit 0? Oh, is that like how much? I have no idea what that means. Is that how much information you've downloaded from the internet? Data tracking reset day. Data limit. I don't even know what this is. This is stuff I don't care about. Could change this path though to my other hard drive. Okay. That's not gonna fix anything. Sounds fine. Camera. MISC. Yeah, I feel like this is not. I don't want to. Okay. I mean, there's no. It doesn't look like there's any option that you can really do. Um, Yeah, I don't want the freaking AI control on. I hate that. I hate how the AI control is left on. Like, it remembers your last AI control setting, but it does not freaking remember your last camera setting. That's annoying. Like, why does it choose to remember your stupid AI setting, which I don't want it to remember, but it doesn't remember your... Oh, and like, look at my objective. I have no idea what it means. Continue climb to designated cruise altitude. I don't know what my designated cruise altitude is. Oh, I need to retract my landing gear. Oh, it's just retracting really slowly. Okay. So I actually do want to fly at a much lower altitude. Um, because I want to follow the freeways. I don't really want to follow a straight line. Guess I should seriously slow down the engine. All right, so I believe that when I was driving home, you follow this road here, and then you'll go through this one town. Press B, I guess. Is this thing gonna keep saying landing gear just because I'm flying at a low altitude? I should have just took one of the other planes. I just didn't want it to take forever, so I wanted to use a jet. But yeah, I used to drive home through this. Now, on the way to Logan, you could just go the whole way. Need to seriously lower the engine power. Oh yeah, I could turn the flaps off. Yeah, I've driven this freeway many, many a time. Yeah, a jet's not really supposed to fly this slow. You drive through the canyon. It's pretty nice. Pretty nice drive. I always enjoyed doing it. Usually did it on my motorcycle. There's like some hiking trails or biking trails up there. Yeah, a jet shouldn't be flying this slow. Oh yeah, I remember driving across this like a lake or whatever. There's two of them. Yeah, this is so downhill. Like going this way, going to Salt Lake from Logan is like lots of gas. You gotta burn a lot of gas. Look how they rendered it. The lake just goes over it. Yeah, I drove this a lot of times. I used to go home every weekend pretty much. Go to my mom's every weekend. So many hills. Like in that, just back there or whatever, was technically some town, and all they had was one cop, or maybe it's a town, but they'd always have a cop here, so like, never speed through this town. My brother got a ticket driving through this town. Right here. That's how they got all their incomes, because someone's gonna, well, lots of people are gonna be flying through here, just cruising through here every day. Yeah, this jet is not really the right plane for... Yeah, it actually takes a long time. So we're already to Salt Lake Valley now, just because we did it by jet. Normally that would take like 30, 40 minutes of driving. Oh, I need more power, I think. And then I would go, I think, this way. There's the Great Salt Lake. So I'm pretty sure I would get on this freeway here. And then take this road down to Salt Lake. So we should be approaching Ogden soon. Salt Lake is huge, though. Look at that. It's a really big lake. I'm gonna do this flight again in one of those smaller Cessna planes, because like the jet keeps complaining about flying too low, and also it doesn't really maneuver that fast. I hope they had like fighter jets, like an F-16 or something. Lower the engine power. Yeah, I basically drive that home. I don't remember driving by the Great Salt Lake. Maybe I just never noticed it. But I believe this would be, um, yeah, we're going way too fast. I just need to completely shut off the engine. Probably open the flaps too. Yeah, I'm like going straight down. Just I want to fly along this freeway. Let me turn off the flaps. Yeah, this is how I would just get home from college. So, I mean, this would be about Ogden. Getting some major frame rate dropping. I think we can turn up the engine a bit. Flying very close to the ground just because I want to see it. Okay. Yeah, I thought this was Ogden. Okay. So yeah, this would be Ogden. And comes Salt Lake. Well, and then all the other towns around Salt Lake or whatever. And then West Jordan. But I just put the landing in Salt Lake, so. There's Hill Air Force Base. That's where they do air shows. But yeah, I would just drive along this freeway to get home. Yeah, the game does put water where water should not be. I think this is all still Ogden. Lagoon will be out here. I don't know exactly where Lagoon is, so might already be past it. I don't know. I don't want to get too high up. But I think Hill Air Force Base is beyond Lagoon. I think Lagoon's probably over there. Lagoon's a theme park in Utah. I almost want to say Lagoon is like straight ahead. Cause like I don't know. Maybe they would detect it's a theme park. Or maybe they would just put a theme park in. Who knows? I mean, it's hard to say what the developers are going to decide was important enough to make relevant. Because, like, I mean, if you're from Utah, you want to see Lagoon, but, you know, maybe not. Maybe I'm the only person that even thought of it because I just like theme parks, but I feel like it would be around here, though. I should, like, look for Six Flags in Dallas. I wonder if that's it, actually. You know what? That could be Lagoon. I do think this is Lagoon because this is the Ferris. This could be the Ferris wheel. You know, this is some kind of spinning ride. So this has got to be Lagoon, and this is Laguna Beach right here. So like, it's just satellite pictures. Like, it doesn't really look like, I guess, really a theme park per se. But that's it. That's definitely Lagoon. And then here's Colossus, or this one's Colossus. This is a different roller coaster. This is the white roller coaster right here. Yeah, it's just satellite imagery. There's no 3D models or anything there. Which is too bad. But, you know, it's still nice to see Lagoon. At any rate, it's interesting to see it in the context of things. Okay, so that is a landmark that I just happy to see. Disappointed that there's no 3D model of a giant Ferris wheel or whatever. It's just a satellite photo or an aerial photo of it all, but it's cool. Yeah, I think originally Lagoon didn't have houses and stuff nearby. It was just sort of out in the middle of nowhere, but all this stuff's gotten built up over the years. Well, since I lived there at any rate. Yeah, I'd like to go to Lagoon again. I do like it quite a bit. I went on vacation there this summer, but I didn't go to Lagoon largely because of the stupid plague. You know, that just kind of ruins everything because everything's all complicated with the plague. So look at Salt Lake Valley, how many buildings there are. It's just completely full of buildings. So many buildings in this valley. But I like how you can like totally tell it's a valley flying through it. Oh, I don't think I need. Well, maybe I'll leave the HEC open. I don't know. It's kind of annoying because it takes up a lot of space, but it tells you important things about your approach vector and whatnot. So we're to Salt Lake Airport. Guess I'll just land. Land and call this stream good. But then after this stream, I think I'm going to do a flight from Salt Lake to Dallas. So I'll probably lower this. It wants me at 1,000 feet. I'm at 1,000 feet, so that's good. Let's see what approach they want me to. Oh, that's not me. I'm not sure where I'm supposed to land. This runway here? I feel like I need to. 3-4 right. Is this 3-4? So I actually think I need to fly over it. But is this even 3-4? I can't see. It's too far away. I think I need to do like another pass on it. So I'll just fly to see if this is 34. Yeah, it is. Screw it, I'll just land. I don't think I can land. Yeah, I'm moving too fast to land. Is this 34 anyway? I'm gonna pick up some speed. Yeah, it is 34. Why'd they just give me permission to land when some airplane's taking off anyway? Alright, so downwind, left side anyway. Alright, so let's set up our downwind run. So you want, with the smaller planes, you want it like at a 45-degree angle behind you, the runway. But with this bigger plane having a slower turn radius, I think you want it like way behind you. Alright, I think that's probably enough. Because like this plane does not turn very fast, so. Not like those little planes. Yeah, this looks like we're at a good approach vector. Okay. Let's reduce the engines even more. Yeah, that's not a bad approach vector. Well, we're off a little bit. It's going to be a rough landing. Okay, so let's completely idle. Use the rudder. Don't use the rudder. I think I should be able to get it in the end. It's coming in a little weird, but I need a little more power. Alright, bad angle. Yeah, the bigger plane, it's harder to get a bad angle, but... Alright, there we go. So they're like turn next taxiway, but like, I don't know if that means this one to the left. Or what? Like, that doesn't go anywhere. Oh, I think it's this right here. So I'm going to go here. I have no idea what it's talking about now. Alright. So this actually has, like, it shows me where to go. And you don't have to follow. I think I want to swing wide. But then there comes the fundamental problem of, whoops, I totally pressed it. Like, I have no idea what the plane's doing. See, just moronic. It just pisses me off. It makes me so angry. The parking in this game. Alright. Okay, we're done with this stream. Because I am pissed off. Like, I already just failed 2 landings. Alright, anyway, this has been Jack Everett. If anyone ever watches this, thanks for watching, and you're kind of a weirdo for watching it. Talk at you later.